Mother Earth's natural forces in order to sustain or gain altitude. Howdy, and welcome back to Mill RC, and welcome back to my awesome lake slash pond spot that unfortunately I've only done one video on so far, so apologize for that. But in any case, I'm here to show you all my newest niche in this amazing RC hobby, and that is DLG, or Discus Launch Gliders. That's what the DLG stands for. And these things, I've been trying to get into these things for probably several years now, but just never had the opportunity. But I finally was able to track down this beautiful 1.5 meter ship, and this one here specifically is the MAAT3, designed by Ondrej Rezler. I hope I said your name right, brother, but you have an absolutely awesome flying ship here, and I've been loving every second of it. But yes, I was able to track down this beautiful 1.5 meter ship, and it's amazing. It only weighs 255 grams for the whole thing, and it's pretty insane. So the craftsmanship on this thing is nothing short of it's absolutely amazing. I've never held or flown anything so precise, or how do I say, amazingly handcrafted. The trailing edges are razor sharp. The airfoil is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's pretty freaking amazing. So I can just look at this thing all day. It's an absolutely beautiful composite machine. So love every second of it. So this specific one here is the electronics anyway that I've got in this are 4 KST X06 servos, a very popular, very good DLG servo for something like this. So it's absolutely perfect for this application. Servos in here. As for receiver, I have a Frsky GR6 Archer. That's the glider version of the Archer receiver that I love so much. And it has the Vario and the altimeter in there, so it's perfect for something like this. And then to power it all is a single cell 550 milliamp 1S, and it works pretty darn amazing. I've got my brother here. He's going to be doing the flying, and I'm going to just be talking a whole bunch of stuff about how I got into these and what I'd recommend for someone if they are also looking to get into DLGs themselves. So anyway, let's get right into it. All right, so this is my brother Trevor here. He's going to be doing the flying, launching, etc. while I talk all things DLG. And what do you think of this machine, or this flying machine? How do you think of DLGs in general?
It's pretty neat. I like it a lot, for sure.
So yes, as mentioned previously, I've been wanting to get into these high performance DLGs for a while now, and I just haven't had the opportunity, or as in my case, I found these things to be pretty extremely hard to find. Because they're made overseas, and it's just not as easy to get these things in those type of locations. But in any case, I was finally able to find one off the RC Group's classified ads. There's a dedicated sailplane group on there. So yeah, I just put a wanted ad that I wanted a competition grade 1.5 meter DLG, and someone finally came through. And yes, if that is my #1 recommendation for if anybody wants to get started in these things, is look at the used market, because it has a couple things going for it. One, the cost is a little better. Not entirely in my case, because I got one that was pretty much new of condition, and I still paid a little bit more than probably what most folks are comfortable with. But yes, I would recommend you get one used. And a lot of people ask if they can start with something smaller, because 1.5, that's the biggest these things get. But I highly recommend that you start with the proper size, or 1.5. They have a lot of things going for them. #1, since they're the biggest and the lightest, they're going to fly the best, they're going to launch the highest. You're going to get the best experience, and you get the proper feel for when you launch these things. I recall when I first started DLG, I had a little Dream Flight Alula that I bought at a swap meet for 20 bucks. And I said, you know what, let me learn to throw this thing. And while that did teach me the technique for throwing, basically spinning, or the discus launch throw, it did feel pretty awkward to me once I stepped up to something as this size, because it was so much bigger, and it took me definitely a while to get used to it. So I highly recommend you start with a 1.5. so you get the feel for the proper size. Obviously, this is a high dollar competition grade model, but you do not have to start with one. Essentially, I hear the long shot is an excellent model to start with. It's a fiberglass ship instead of a composite or carbon fiber one like this. Nice catch. But yes, I hear the long shot is probably one of the best ones to start with. The build is not too hard, although the assembly on something like this is quite a bit different than, you know, a normal RC model. So that's why I recommend you buy used. It's already assembled for you. You just drop in your own receiver and you're good to go. So we've been launching this thing probably for about 2 months now. This guy throws it a little higher than I do. Unfortunately, I try to beat him as far as height, but he has me on height. What's your record? 193 feet, or whatever that is in meters. I'll put that in text there, or in the video. So yeah, he throws it to 193 feet. I think my record is 140, and that's pretty impressive for me, but that's on a really good day. My normal is about 113, 115 feet, and it works pretty good. So in this type of plane, you have a lot of flight modes with DLGs associated with it, a lot of different flight settings. The first one is going to be launch mode, and I have that set on a spring switch on my X20. And in launch mode, that gives a little bit of up elevator and a slight reflex in the flaperons with this MAAT3 model. And as soon as you let go of that switch, the wing or the flaperons and elevator return to neutral and go into zoom mode, and that's where you get that nice looking skyrocketing launch, I guess, for basically where you gain the altitude is in zoom mode. And then you basically have normal cruise mode. That is going to be for normal flying, you know, searching for thermals and whatnot. And then you have speed mode, and that actually gives a little bit of reflex in the flaperons, just about maybe 2 millimeters, and it's surprisingly effective for how little reflex you put in, how actually effective it is at gaining speeds. And I have 2 thermal modes. I have just a regular thermal mode that puts a little bit of camber, whatever it's called, in the flaperons. Normal thermal mode I think is about 2.5 millimeters or so. And then I have crazy thermal mode or thermal 2 mode, and I think that's about 5 millimeters of camber. And that's basically if you're in a strong thermal, the tail you put that thermal mode on, the tail bobs up, and it basically climbs straight up. So really, really cool. So by this point, you're probably wondering, why would I spend, you know, the prices that these things cost for an unpowered airframe? Well, I'll give you a couple reasons. So probably my biggest number one reason is this is the only type of flying in this form that exists. You know, full scale, you can't take a plane and chuck it by the wingtip. You know, this is only in this form of radio control, which is really, really cool. And I find extreme beauty in something that is very good at what it's designed at. DLGs may not be the prettiest airframes. I mean, they're the prettiest in my opinion, but it is very good and designs 100% at what it does. You know, you're not going to find another airframe out there that can absolutely self-stabilize right after you chuck it by the wingtip like that. I mean, there's tons of rotational forces going on, and this airframe just instantly stabilizes that out. And even though this is a glider and unpowered airframe, it is probably one of the best flying airframes or airplanes I've ever flown. The airfoil on this is just amazing. You can gain crazy speed, and it's not gonna just loop or create that lift that some other models do. You still have plenty of control. It feels controllable at any speed. It flies incredibly slow. Still one of the most nimble flying machines I've ever flown. The control that it has for the speed envelope it has is amazing, to say the least. But yeah, go ahead and leave your comment below. Do you think high dollar DLGs like this are worth the money? Go ahead and put your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Look at that, that's just amazing. How we can slow like that. Nice. I just love that sound it makes. Which, by the way, that's created by the aileron hinges. I was asking my good friend Didier Neef about where that noise came from, and he was able to educate me on that, so that's awesome. So what do you think?
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, right? It's very good at what it does, and it's just one of, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful flying machines. You know, it's very good at what it's designed to do, and it's just one of the most, to me, clean, aerodynamic machines I've ever had in my hangar. The quality of craftsmanship on it is just absolutely beautiful. Nothing like it. So yeah, we've been really digging this. It's been a lot of fun. I highly recommend, if anybody has shown any interest in it, that you really check it out. Because there's not a lot of people doing this here in the States, and you know, it's understandable for the cost and where they come from, but they are, you can do it. It is feasible, in my opinion, and if you just search hard enough, you will find something. So, and while I'm closing here, I'd like to give huge shout outs and thanks to number one, Ondrej Rezler. I hope I'm saying your name right, brother. You've designed an absolutely beautiful flying machine here. You've helped me set it up to its absolute best and has been flying perfect. Can't thank you enough, man. And then another huge shout out to Didi or Neef. I met you at Jonal this year. It was fun. And I was able, sorry if I talked your ear off all about the event, but it was super cool to hear, or to talk to someone else who knows a lot more about this than I do. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, that's all for this segment on the MAAT3 DLG. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and, yeah, if you have any questions, or leave your opinions in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer and hear you guys out. So, thank you guys.
Let's throw it again.
Yeah, go for it. Super cool!